So there's been lots of controversy in the news and in the industry of late about attribution in their repeated surveys. What do you think is the cause of the lower satisfaction? I think some people say it's the data, other people say it's the technology. What do you think is the...
You know, it's a little bit data, a little bit technology, but also kind of the expectations that were set. And like anything in this technology world, there tends to be a lot of big promises made that maybe the technology isn't quite ready to deliver. And I think there's also maybe a misunderstanding of what attribution really can and can't do. Okay. Because it's really good at tracking that real time, what's going on in the market, how are these different exposures and different ways the consumer touches the brand, contributing to the action that the marketer is trying to drive. But that's a very different thing than answering what is the ROI. And from the mix world, it can answer that ROI question because it does one thing really well that attribution hasn't built in yet. And that is starting from the standpoint of what's called base volume. What percentage of sales would happen even if I did no advertising? So when people try to use attribution to answer that ROI question, they're actually over-attributing digital's impact on driving revenue because they're assuming the digital drove every single one of those sales. And then you get more senior, more seasoned executives looking at that level of revenue supposedly coming from digital based on this attribution model, and they're just, their gut, it doesn't feel right. And then when you start digging in on, why are we getting this answer, and you find, the fact you're actually trying to answer a question that this tool isn't designed to answer, then I think people, realize there's been some overpromise and under-delivery here, and that fuels dissatisfaction.
So there's this false sense of precision or an ROI measurement that just isn't the purpose of. So really it evolved, attribution evolved, as you were saying earlier, from last click. So you can actually, it's beautiful in the digital world that you can track touch points and understand what was the last touch point before a purchase, for example. But then there was big backlash that was not really accurate because there's so many other touch points that we can't just attribute it to the last touch point. Maybe we should attribute it to the first touch point, or some of the algorithms to fractionally attribute. But all of those touch points are being attributed to something towards the conversion, and all of the conversions are attributed. So there's no, I would have converted anyway. I actually searched for the website that I was going to buy something on, and it attributed my purchase to search, when in fact I was really just searching for it to steer to the website.
Or you're searching for it because you saw an ad on TV, and you said, oh, that looks interesting, I want to know more about that. But in the attribution world, you have no way of attributing that back to TV. So it's going to get attributed to something digital, and that's a misattribution. And that's the way the world is, which unfortunately marketing is not yet, where consumers, they just use all these different tools, channels, media, touch points. They're just going where they're going to find the information or the entertainment or the experience that they want. And marketing, we're divided up into traditional and digital, and then TV versus display versus search versus what have you.